Hello. Today I'm going to introduce you into a big project of mine. This was born about frustration and crap design. So got a lovely TV downstairs, and like most modern TVs, the sound is dire. First thing I do is start hunting around on eBay for amplifiers, the like AV receivers in various states of not working. I picked up a Denon, an old AV receiver. It had a no output fault, and it wasn't the amplifier. I've been over this thing several times. The main fault was on the Dolby decoding board. I had to download the software for the ROM. I had to program a new ROM, resolder it onto the Dolby board. It kind of worked. I still have problems with channels being muted and volume not working, and it just, after fitting it about 3 or 4 times, it's just not worth it. So I quite like the look of sort of 90s, early noughties gear, and I want to keep the shell, and I've got this project in mind. I want to basically bring an old Denon into the 21st century. I'm going to rip the guts out and put in new amplifiers and DSPs, a Raspberry Pi. I'm going to code up a front end for it. So you're going to have it's either going to be a web page or a progressive web app, so use on phone or desktop, and then you can change all the controls. And I want to try and keep as much of the front panel as functional as possible, like the volume control and all the buttons and knobs. I want to try and keep those working if I can. I'm not going to keep the VFD, vacuum fluorescent display. I've got a thing in mind for that, one of those long slimline LCD things you can get for computers. So I'm going to see what I can do with one of those and try and make it look nice. So let's get on and first have a look at the beast, and we're going to start ripping its guts out basically, and maybe salvage some parts. Right, here it is. This is the Denon. I'll light it up for you. So it's got loads of nice stuff on it: speaker inputs, input modes, all the usual gubbins, all the surround controls, volume, function select. All this needs cleaning up a bit. But yeah, it's quite a nice piece of kit, really. It still works, sort of. Plug him in. It powers up. AV surround receiver. Tuner at the moment, yeah. Input mode, analog. That's all about EXT. Yeah, so it works. When you put a digital signal on, it comes up on here, DTS, Dolby, all the rest of it. I'm just sick of fixing it. So at the moment the center channel's full volume, it won't change. I'd been in this thing loads of times. It's so hard to take apart as well. You have to take out a million screws out just to get to one board. Yeah, it's typical of things of this era, really. So this is going as it is now. So by the magic of video, I'll show you what I've got for replacement. So we'll start with the potentially dubious part. My inputs, so HDMI ARC, optical. This is what I use to decode it. You haven't got much choice because of Dolby licensing. So I think most of these units are sort of butchered DVD players. So they take the decoder chips out of those and make these up. So it will support Dolby Surround. It will support DTS. I don't really need much more than that. I don't need Atmos. Who needs 12 speakers in their living room? So I'll use this, and I'll just set the TV accordingly. Disable Atmos. Don't need it. That's that part. Then we've got this. So some packaging, a nice big chunky fan, which we'll probably need if we turn it up. Amplifiers. So these are AIMA brand. It seemed to be a decent quality brand from China. So this one is 500 watts RMS into one channel. This is going to be my sub. This is 500 watts into 4 ohms. It's a pretty decent output. Nice chunky thick boards. They've got your fan outputs and stuff on here. There's plus minus 15 for op amps and things. So yeah, it looks like a pretty decent piece of kit. And Class D, of course. If it was Class A, B, whatever, it'd be much bigger. And this one is rated at 1000. So 2x500 into 4 ohms. Again, speaker protect. It all looks quite nice. Did quite a bit of research. You haven't got like Mickey Mouse generic transformers. They've all got part numbers on, if that means anything at all. Generally means it's usually a bit better quality. It looks half decent as well. They're using the extra shielding on the primaries. So yeah. Yeah, it's that proper shielded wires. It's proper transformers and stuff. Yep, Class D again. I've not fired them up yet. I don't know if they work. Then we have Brain. So it's Pi 3B. Got this one ages ago. Used it for all sorts. It was acting as like a TV box for a while. Yeah, got a case for it. I was going to go inside it somewhere, so we don't need the box. And that will be driving via Python, Angular, loads of other stuff. These DSPs. So these are ADAU1701 DSPs. You can get these everywhere on AliExpress, etc. These are driven via, well, they're normally programmed via I2C from Sigma Studio. Some very clever people have reverse engineered the traffic between these and the host, and there's a Python library available, so you can basically program these on the fly, so you can change values on the fly. So these will be my equalizers, all the rest of it. I'm going to go with the 31 band 3rd octave EQ because I used them when I did some audio, professional audio, so I'm used to those EQs. You know how to tune them. Display. This is the big display I was on about. So at the moment we've got kind of that much we can see through the window. So I might chop up the Denon. I've got some cloudy acrylic. If I can make it look nice, I might include the whole display, or at least a bigger portion of it, so we can show all sorts on here. I've plugged this in. It's decent resolution. The main interface, of course, is going to be a web interface, either progressive web app or web page, something similar. So I might wrap it into an app on the phone as well. I'll see about that. Ethernet. I don't really do Wi-Fi. I think it sucks in general. It's okay for phones, but I don't think it's very reliable. Yeah, so that's the plan to get all this in the Denon. So stage 1, of course, rip the guts out of the Denon. So let's get on to that now. It's a big heavy lump into the GoPro because it doesn't fit inside my normal camera. Massive thing. So yeah, I'm going to rip out the gubbins. There might be some stuff we can recycle in there, so I might keep some bits. So yeah, this thing is a unit. It is mammoth. Yeah, the card I was working on, I think it was this one. So you've got to take all of the screws out to get that card out. It's just insane. Right. Off we go then. So we have a box and a display. So all the display components are attached to that backboard. It's all aluminium, this, brushed aluminium. It's nice, not plastic. So we don't want to scratch it. So I think the next part of our journey, we're going to be getting into this display and just seeing how we can use it, because a lot of these buttons I think are attached to this board. Yeah, we'll have a look. Now I'm going to get all this junk out the way and we'll look at next steps. I think the next step will be, first of all, planning out where we're going to put everything, and then how we're going to tap into this. Oh, another screw. And where we're going to fit our display. So we've got a nice big chunky display, but this of course is quite small. This plastic is all see-through. So if we can cut out the metal behind it, or the plastic behind it, I may be able to use the whole thing. So I'm not too worried about keeping on standby and all this stuff, so we can have that all on the display. That's the way we will go to next. I'm going to keep that like a master power on button, I think. Power management is going to be a funny one. I'll have to work that one out as well. Don't want relays to turn off the amp boards and stuff. Going to be an interesting project. So I think we're going to end it here for part one. Got our Denon, many bits and pieces. And we've basically got our shell, our blank canvas to work from. So we're working around this display and this innards. And we have a backboard as well. We'll probably, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. Might have to do something in CAD and get a new one made up. I'm not sure. Or we just screw a plate over the top and cut out the holes we need. So I don't need much. I just need optical in, auxiliary in, and HDMI, optical HDMI and auxiliary. So all this VCR tape rubbish, not interested in that. I need a component video rubbish. Yeah, you got the direct center sub. I might keep those, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, we'll end it here. Next stage will be planning. So yep, thanks for joining me on this one. If you like this one, like and subscribe. This is going to be quite a long project, this one. There's a lot to do. I'm going to try and keep it in little half-hour segments. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.